In this video, I want to talk about what we did find at the Tucson Gem Show. And in my next video, I'll talk about what we didn't find. And then maybe I'll do another video on just random things that we heard and just the news in the gemstone world. Okay, so what we did find. This is in no particular order, but I'm not going to share everything because I want to be able to have our top 10 from Tucson launch party later on, actually just in a couple of weeks. You'll find the information either in the information box below, or we might put some information at the end of the video, but check in the information box below for the date. Okay, anyway, what we found. Well, we found some black rhodonite. That is rhodonite that has some black and some pink in it. We found some lavender quartz, which is something that we haven't seen in a couple of years. I believe that this was old stock, what this particular vendor was carrying. But anyway, we got all of that. We got all the black rhodonite that met our standards. There was a lot of Tanzanite on the market this year, and I believe part of that was because last year there was a change in the laws of the country of Tanzania, where Tanzanite comes from, and I think this was a good idea. The government of Tanzania changed the law and said that the raw Tanzanite could no longer be sent out of the country to be cut in other countries, for example, India or China, that all the cutting of the raw Tanzanite had to be done in Tanzania. So what happened was that there was this big fear in the market that, oh my gosh, we wouldn't be able to get Tanzanite anymore. But what happened was cutters opened up factories in Tanzania, which I love because that means that the Tanzanian people now had jobs working, cutting the gemstones that were coming from their own country. No longer were these jobs being farmed out to cutters in other countries. So yay Tanzania for owning your riches and helping your people. So there was a lot of Tanzanite available. Fortunately, we had found a lot of very nice quality the year before and stocked up on it because we really didn't see a lot of finest quality Tanzanite this year. It was a lot of mid-grade and low-grade. But we're set with Tanzanite thanks to our decisions to stock up on it last year. We found poppy jasper. We found poppy jasper. We bought all of it. In fact, we bought over 200 strands. Only 5% were good, was good material. 5%. We only have about 10 necklaces of poppy jasper to offer you. And I think they'll be coming out very soon. And by the time this video comes out, we may have already released them. But that was a really fun find. When we do see therapeutic quality, we feel it's our almost responsibility to purchase it so that these gemstones, these therapeutic quality gemstones, are able to fulfill their mission as being used as therapeutic quality tools. Of course, we also saw amazing pink tourmaline. Just knock your socks off. Perfect pink tourmaline. But it was all one color, and I feel that tourmaline is best if it's graduated in color. Yeah, so if you are interested in some super high quality pink tourmaline, we can work with you and special order it. But it's going to be tens of thousands of dollars. This stuff was just absolutely crazy amazing. Another thing we saw that was absolutely therapeutic quality, but a little out of our budget at this time, was blue sapphire, that was of the quality that would be used to make faceted blue sapphire. It was unheated, untreated, nearly $1,000 a carat. And it was a layout of several strands of this amazing blue sapphire. So here we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars for this. It just blew my mind. I can still close my eyes and see this blue light radiating from this blue sapphire. It was just took your breath away. Okay, so what else we saw? Okay, this is kind of a sneak peek at something we'll be releasing later on. There's been a very interesting trend in the agate world. We've had a very hard time finding what we consider therapeutic quality agate, which is a bead that just has one color. So you're going to see a lot of agate on the market that has beads with two colors. Maybe a green and a gold, or a swirl of maybe a red and a gold, or a green and a red, or just various combinations of these earthstone colors, but they're two colors in a bead. And the reason we don't like that is because it's confusing. Is this bead green or is it gold? And each of these colors has an earth tone. It has a sound that the physical body resonates with. It's a sound of the earth. And it's very life-giving. It's very centering, very settling. The agate and citrine necklace is one of our Foundation 5 collection that we use in all of our gemstone therapy sessions, helping to provide a balance of the 5 element processes as described. Actually, the Chinese came up with that in Chinese medicine. Very important for the physical body. But anyway, when you get a bead that has two colors in it, well, is it the tone of green or is it the tone of gold? And you think, well, would the bead give you both? No, because it's not necessarily a harmonious chord together, two notes. They're not necessarily, what we find is that it's confusing. It just doesn't work that way. So our necklaces, we search for stones that just have one color. So hard to find. We've found that some stones will have one color but different shades of that one color, and we consider that our 3A when we find beads like that, and that works. The body's able to see, okay, this is gold, but it has a dark gold and a light gold. That's okay. The body gets that. When you string all of these earth tone colors in a necklace, you get this beautiful, almost like a symphony of these tones of sound, of earth sounds, nourishing the body, and it's wonderful to feel. Actually, I just happen to have some right here, so I'm going to show you. This is what agate looks like that we consider the highest quality. Each bead is clearly one color. Yeah, this is probably, color would be very high quality, maybe even a 5A, because of the purity of each color in the bead. Okay, so anyway, that's that. So what we found, because we have not been able to find very good agate of the kind that I just showed you, but what we found was this agate it's like stained glass. It's translucent. And I'm thinking, wow, this is taking the therapeutic value of agate and just taking it up a notch. And I'm wondering, wow, maybe that's because we're ready for it. So maybe we're ready for agate that nourishes not just the physical, but our superphysical as well. That layer of aura that immediately surrounds our physical body. So that was really fun. Don't call the office about that yet. We have so much sorting to do. Again, we bought all of it. We've got a lot. But we're not even sure what the percentage is going to be. Hopefully it will be a lot better than 5. I think it will be. But anyway, we'll be releasing that in the next months, maybe by summertime, I'm thinking. Something else that we were looking for, I spent about a couple of hours combing the fossil booths looking for teeth of a megalodon. Now, megalodon was this huge, ginormous shark-like creature that lived a long time ago. And their teeth, this was what I was looking for. This was for a customer. They were looking for large, high-quality megalodon teeth. Now, this isn't the highest quality, but it has a serrated edge on it, and it's not as big as what my customer wanted, but this was the best that I could find in the budget that was given to me. So, yeah, just a fun thing. And because I couldn't spend his whole budget, because I couldn't find a tooth big enough, I found something else that I thought he might like, and he said yes. So here's something you don't see every day. Can you guess what this is? This is the tooth of a woolly mammoth. This was where the tooth was in the gum, and this was the chewing surface. So it's very serrated. These animals ate grasses and so forth, so this tremendously grooved, serrated surface able to break down those fibrous plants into something they could eat. So just really fascinating. I thought I've never seen anything like this before, but I've never really been in the fossil world. This was just a favor done for a customer. But I thought you'd like to see that. We also saw amazing, huge, I can't even show you how big, spheres of rose quartz. There must have been maybe 8 of them. But the interesting thing was, when I went up to them, there was just something, I didn't feel the harmonious energy that I expected to feel. So, yeah, kind of questionable. If I had a customer who wanted a really big one for their foyer or whatever, I would have said no, these looked pretty, but I didn't really get a good vibe from them. So maybe they were treated. A story from last year that we had heard was someone had bought a very large sphere, and it turned for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and turned out it wasn't real. So yeah, maybe these large rose quartz had been treated or something, I don't know. But anyway, we also, I think the most photographed thing at the whole show was this very large bench that was carved out of agate. And it was probably about, 8 feet long. And I don't remember, we may have a picture sitting in it, I don't remember if we did. But beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, very unique. We saw huge slabs of agate. Again, many tall towers of amethyst, lots of amethyst, big crystal clusters of amethyst. We saw a lot last year, but even there was more this year. I'm not in the market for that, so I'm not sure how the prices are trending, but there was a lot of them. Now, speaking of prices, the quartz clusters, we did spend an entire day looking for quartz clusters, also needle in the haystack, because there are a lot of quartz cluster vendors, but very few. Sometimes we'll go to a vendor and there won't be any that meet our standards, what we are looking for in a quartz cluster. Something that you can lay a necklace on or some single spheres on and have radiate those gemstone energies throughout the room. So, for example, in a practitioner's office, they might do that for their patients and clients in the waiting room, or you might want to do that in your bedroom with gemstones that can help you sleep, or a child or elderly. You want to put a cluster in their room with gemstones that can be therapeutic if they're not feeling well, or yourself. Lots of different uses. Very important, I think, for everyone to have a crystal cluster. And good for the home too, because of the vibrations that these crystal clusters radiate to uplift the room. The raw crystals do more to uplift a room than they do, I think, for a person. For a person, the spheres is the way to go. Spheres are going to work for a person much better than the raw stones. But anyway, last year we were taken aback by the increase in prices. This year, that increase was even more. Almost like, whoa, you kidding me? These are retail prices. So that means we did not bring a lot of crystals home this year. I'll be releasing those again later on. It takes a lot of work for us to unpack them, because it takes a lot of work to pack them, make sure they're safe to ship to Connecticut, and then to unpack them, to clean them, weigh them, and so forth, and get them all ready to get them online so you can see. So it's a process, but we like to do it. I think what we found, though, very special. I'm very particular when I go hunting for anything, very particular. So apart from our top 10 from Tucson and maybe a couple others that I didn't mention, which I will talk about in a separate video later on, I don't know if I can think of anything. Oh yes. Oh, I can think of more things. So a year or two ago, we started seeing water bottles that had a space in the middle for crystals. And this year, there was even more companies doing that. And I look at these and I look at the poor quality of the gemstones that are in these bottles, and I'm thinking, if you wouldn't wear those crystals, why would you infuse their energies into the water that you drink? I caution, respectfully, anyone who's working with these high-quality medicinal type gemstones, steer clear of those, because your body is so attuned to the high vibration of the gemstones that you're wearing that if you drink water infused with this lower quality chips and pieces of stones, it's probably going to do more harm than good, to be completely blunt. Your body is attuning to the higher vibration of the therapeutic quality stones, so if you drink water with the lower quality stones, what are you doing to yourself? You could be lowering the vibrations of your body. So obviously, you follow your own guidance. That's what I think is more important than anything else. If you're guided to do something, you follow that. Follow it until its logical end, I guess. So yeah. And then, of course, I've heard of people who are putting diamond in their water, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, they don't understand. Only a very small percentage of diamonds carry the 7 color rays. And if you're putting a diamond in there that's affordable because it's full of inclusions, what are you putting in your body when you drink that water? Oh, so that would be something I would very highly discourage. Diamond requires the highest of ethics. It requires a very careful discernment. So just be very, very careful about diamond. Yeah, let's see. Oh, I also saw didn't get any, but I love the ocean. I lived in Aruba for a year when I was in 7th grade or 8th grade. 8th grade. And so I just love ocean things. There was a vendor who had carvings of various things made out of gemstones, but carvings of shells. And I thought this one was real. I thought it was a real shell. And I picked it up. I thought, wait a second, this is an agate. It was like a fancy agate with all different kinds of swirls in it. I probably should have gotten it, but I don't know what I was thinking. Well, what I was thinking was focus on what you need to get. Focus on the shopping list. That's what I was thinking. Oh, yeah, so I didn't get it, but just really interesting things would catch my attention, and I would say, yeah, that's interesting. And maybe I'd stop, learn a little bit about it, look at it, enjoy it, and then I'd probably just store it in my memory for some other time. But anyway, yeah, that's what comes to mind. Of course, next year, usually before we leave, we ask anyone if you're looking for something in particular. I will shop for you. Yeah, I will. I'll do that. If it's something very special that you're looking for, I'll just keep my radar out for it and look for it for you. So. All right, well, I think I spent enough time on what I did see. Next video will be about what I didn't see, and then I'll also do a video on things that we heard, trends going on in the gemstone industry. So if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, share it, and feel welcome to say something nice in the comments. All right, so bye for now, and I'll see you in my next video.